You want another sign that being shit on by a bird a couple of days ago is not good luck? I started my period today. I feel like the last few videos is just gonna be great moments and phase emotions. Like it's the inside out but of Faye, and it's weird and twisted and no one knows what's going on. Today I want to spill some tea. I want to do a sin score, but I don't really have receipts to score, so I can't really be Auntie today and, judge my family for the recent shit that they have stirred. But I would like to air some dirty laundry that I've heard over the years through countless conversations and gossip that I never personally liked to partake in, but I ended up hearing a lot because I was never allowed to just go and hang out with my boy cousins. So I would have to sit around and listen to all the women who were jobless and, really bitter gossip all the time. Um, a select few of these will be, from warnings that have come out of the mouths of people, and others will be just things that I have accumulated in my brain that I feel like sharing now, and I'll tell you exactly why I feel like sharing it. A week ago, my grandfather died, and I had, made the intention to go and see him, and I wanted to do that without stepping on anyone's toes because I know my family and I know that they freak out at tiny little things like going and seeing my dying grandfather, of whom I was the favorite grandchild. He could not remember any of his grandchildren but me, so I was his favorite grandchild, and you stopped him from seeing his favorite grandchild, and you stopped his favorite grandchild from going to see him. So, I mean, who really is the dick here? And the nurse at the hospital, and this was Northwick Park Hospital that he was in when he was dying, the nurse who had taken my call had so graciously told my family that I had the intention of coming to see my dying grandfather, and I don't really have any tea on her, but if I did have tea on her, I would spill it here. I would air that dirty laundry like it was a blood sheet to prove the fact that she wasn't a virgin anymore. I'm sorry, that was off tangent, and a lot of you probably didn't understand that reference. Anyways, I'm going to read you something that came to me, and I'm not going to say who it came through or how it got to me. And all of this is paraphrased, so the person that it came from, the identity is not revealed. Because let's all remember, my family are psychos, and they don't like anyone learning anything that hasn't got to do with them and their vicious cycle of bitterness. So I've written down a couple of notes and I'm just going to paraphrase this, and this is just going to be like a little Ask Faye video where I just spill some tea because that's what I feel like doing today. And yes, my boobs are intentionally in the frame and you'll find out why. Dear Faye, Sussy is stalking you. One time she checked your profile, now she keeps getting notifications. She just saw your sick pic, and the sick pic was just a picture of my boobs in like a onesie. And they're all saying that you moved away from the deen or Islam, and they all got triggered by your boobs. Apparently you have no justification for being naked. Couple of things to address here. I'm not sure Instagram works on, oh, I clicked on her profile once and now I can't stop receiving notifications from her profile. I don't think that's how Instagram works. You either have to follow me or you have to be really obsessed with my account, because even accounts that I follow on Instagram, I don't see the posts of if I haven't liked any of their posts or checked their posts regularly. So you're either stalking me repetitively, which is extremely unhealthy for you, and you know who you are, Nazma, okay? It's extremely repetitive and unhealthy mentally for you to do that because I've separated myself from you and I don't want to be a part of you, okay? Yes, I wanted to go see my granddad, And I feel like I was justified in wanting to go and see him because he was dying. And none of you think that I should have done that, apparently. But, you know, you still feel like you have this need to know what my life is about and spread it around like it's butter on toast or something. I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know why you're filling your brain with me when you clearly don't like me, and you've very clearly expressed that in the past, that one time where you screamed at me in my uncle's house for like 20 to 40 minutes because I did not greet you at my cousin's wedding. Do you remember that? Where I just stood there crying because you just could not stop screaming at me about how you're family and you deserve respect, even though you did nothing, like literally nothing, to earn it. Literally nothing. Remember when you did that to me, and I don't think I'll ever forget you just being in my face and telling me that blood is thicker than water and I can't just exit the family, but at the same time shaming me for all of my choices and what I do. You hate me. I very strongly dislike you. I don't know why this keeps happening between us, you know? Let's just go our separate ways, okay? And fuck off. I feel like that's a pretty simple thing to do without, fucking breaking a nail or, having a mental breakdown and stalking someone's Instagram profile. And to be fair, yes, all of my profiles are public because I'm trying to have an online personality. Because this is what I enjoy doing. And I know that just drives you insane that a woman with her hair showing and like part of her tits out wants to have an online following. I know that's just mind-blowing to you. But it's not your business. And I've done my best. I have done my part in like blocking all the accounts that I can find that are remotely linked to you. So I don't even know how you're like stalking me unless you're creating new accounts and using those to stalk me. Like, it seems a little bit extra, okay? Just know that those pictures aren't for you. My boobs are my boobs, and I will put them wherever I want. They're mine. I will do what I want with them. They're not for you if you don't want to see them. But clearly, there's something going on here because why are you so obsessed with me? And I hate using that phrase, but why? Why are you so obsessed with me? The next thing is I moved away from the deen. I didn't move away from the deen. I left the deen because y'all are fucking crazy. Y'all are fucking insane. Okay? You people, okay, you collectively as a family, with a few exceptions, made my life, okay, after leaving my dad's house because he severely beat me, okay, of which I still have like fucking marks from. You made my life a living fucking hell. You made my life a living hell that you just gave me no options to do anything with besides marry your shitty suitor, who I have no interest in marrying. Suitor, if you're watching and you're still waiting, because my family are the kind of people who would do that, who would keep you on a hook until they could guilt me into coming back. If you're watching this, it's over, okay? You need to unbook that wedding hall. You need to take that dower and spend it somewhere else. Take the dowry and, like, spend it on a different bride because this one ain't coming home. This one ain't coming home to roost and cook for your mum, okay? It's not what's gonna happen. If you're watching this, just move on. I'm cancelled. I'm out of the family. And some people don't want to let that fact go. And I mean, we'll get into the hypocrisy of that in a little bit. But yeah, I didn't move away from the deen. I left. I'm not a Muslim anymore. So you guys can take your stupid Muslim eyes, Sorry, that sounded offensive. I didn't mean it like that. You guys can take your stupid judging eyes, okay? Maybe not Muslim eyes, judging eyes. And you can look at the ground, because this here is my aura. So go away. I found it really funny, and I kept that sentence in there, that they got triggered by my boobs, and they literally got triggered by my boobs, as if none of them have worn provocative clothing before. Apparently, you have no justification for being naked. This is my body. This is my body. If I want to show my hair, I'm going to show my hair. If I want to take my tits out and show them to the world, I'm going to do that. It's my body. I get to choose what I do with it. That is my justification. Your justification for not showing your body is that a book told you to. A book that you don't even fully understand. Not only because the language is not your language. A language which I studied, okay, for 5 years. That book is in a different language, and in addition to that, even people who know that language do not understand that book. That is your justification for not showing your body. Do you know how fucked up that is? Imagine everyone had to wear a Superman cape because it appeared in a limited edition of a Superman comic that was in Kryptonian language. Like, imagine that. Like, that's how fucked all of that is. So you can take your bullshit and shove it right back out, right back up where it came out of. You can just shove it right back up there with a fucking broomstick. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of you being long distance and dictating to me how I deal with my body. I don't tell you how to live your life. And I know you think you're like high and mighty because you got a couple of years on you. But you're not, because you have not learnt anything over the years. You've just learned to follow. And the person you're following is not even worth following. The person you're following is my dad. And my father, as everyone in my family knows, is a fucking psycho. You're not following the Prophet Muhammad. You're not following God. You're following my dad. That is who you are following and who you are all agreeing to, even though y'all all know he is fucked in the head. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second, and now we're gonna get to the hypocrisy. So, I moved away from the deen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was the first one to be part of the deen in our family. I was the first one to wear full hijab properly. Like, even my mum didn't wear a full hijab. I was the first one to do that. I was the first one in our family, extended, mum's side, dad's side, to start covering my face. Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all all did not cover properly. Y'all all were not part of the deen until my dad brought it to you and until I started practicing it. So y'all can fuck off. Stage left. It's over there. Fucking leave. Okay? Like, I'm so done with you telling me, oh, she's moved away from the deen. What deen were you part of before I started practicing it? What deen were you part of? You were part of some bullshit, oh, let's do this arbitrary garbage because everyone does it, and, you know, our community is going to respect us for this bullshit. That's what you believed in before I started doing the deen. So maybe this is partially my fault, but also I was like 11 years old, so, I mean, it can't possibly be that much of my fault, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, how many times did y'all pray and fast and shit before I started doing that stuff? I mean, aside from my mom, who was fairly religious, right? All of you who were part of our family, how many times did y'all pray and know how to do shit, like, Islamically? How many of y'all knew how to do that? None of you. None of you fucking knew. Because we were the one to introduce that into our family. And now you're acting all high and mighty like I don't know what I'm doing. I've been living it. I've lived it from childhood up until I stopped believing in it because I made a mature decision to not believe in a psychotic religion. And you want to talk about people dressing in provocative ways? I remember my mum telling me a very nice story about my Najma auntie, right? And it was at one of my uncle's weddings. I'm not sure. It was at someone's wedding. I'm not sure which one. But it was at someone's wedding. And she wore a shawakamise that was so tight that her boobs were like up to her neck, like up here. I remember that story and I remember it very, very vividly. So, fuck off. Yasmin, I've roasted you before on this channel. What was the size you used to wear when you were my age? What kind of clothes did you used to wear? Oh, that's right, westernized clothes. Size 10, if I remember correctly. And you got your hair permed. And you used to show it off outside. Fuck off. Thank you. And the last thing I will say about Yasmin, and the most hypocritical thing, I love the family, okay? And I had to pull a few lies to do that without leaving in harm. But guess who else ran away from the family? Guess who else? Guess who our favorite guest on Sin Scores ran away from the family and is now being a complete hypocrite about it? Yasmin. She left the family to go and get an education. She actually left the house and took shelter in a women's shelter where she lived, gathered resources from and then lived on her own for a while and fostered a child. And you're gonna sit there and judge me? You're gonna sit there and judge me. I am not at fault for your dumb, stupid decisions. Okay? I am not at fault for your vicious cycle bullshit, sadistic, whatever the fuck is going on in your brain decisions. That is not my call. Oh, I just remembered something else about Najma. Y'all had a love marriage, didn't you? You and Imran. Didn't you? Y'all had a love marriage. And you think that you can judge me for being just honest about it. Just being honest and being like, I don't buy into all this bullshit. You think like I'm just sitting here not knowing all of your garbage, all of your brushed under the carpet bullshit that you've just been blasting into my brain since I was like a little kid? You think I haven't heard all that garbage that you constantly go on about? Constantly. Repetitively. I am proudly the black sheep of our family. I am proudly the black sheep of our family. And I hope with my whole being, my whole aura, all of the atoms in my body, I hope that everyone falls on this content and everyone learns something. Whether, like, you can learn that I am a cold ass bitch, or you can learn that all of what you're doing is bullshit. I don't care which lesson you learn. Either or is enough for me. You can talk about me as much as you want. Okay? I'm living my best life. And yeah, I have a lot of difficulties because you guys make my life difficult. But I am living my best life. The best thing I ever did for myself was leave your toxic fucking group of hyenas. You just like strip each other down to the bone behind each other's backs and then act all fucking smiley. I'm sorry, I didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to be a two-faced dickhead. I'm sorry. Not my deal. I'm a dickhead to your face, or I'm the nicest person in the world. That is my deal. You want to keep stalking my profiles? Go ahead. Keep me in your mind. Let me get inside that brain. And hopefully one day it'll break you and you'll be here apologizing for your dumbass stupid decisions. I really needed to get that off my chest. Don't know who enjoys that kind of content. I mean, I do. When people are really angry, feels like I get the venting out it gets like the venting out for me when I watch people who are really angry. But I really needed to get that. Oof. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you who are just sitting around bitch moaning and complaining about how my life is better than yours. Fuck all of you. Fuck you. That feels so good to say. Fuck you. I'm gonna go now before I just get carried away. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Ask Faye. My body, my rules, bitch. Goodbye.